Hi guys, welcome again to the channel. It's elleroch and today we're going to be taking it off on a different game. So today we are going to play Angel of Dusk. So we're mixing it up. Let's try to do a different game this time. And this game has the most detailed tutorial. So I am really excited for this one. And I hope you join me on my journey to Angel at Dusk. So, without further ado, let's start. So, this is the very first time that I'm going to be playing this game. So, let's do the beginner tutorial. So, it's going to be like the full tutorial that's going to be taking about 20 minutes. So, let's do from the beginning. Right. Okay. In this tutorial, enemies may attack you even when there's text to read. So we need to prioritize reading the text carefully rather than, avoiding the attacks. So, so the instructions will be visible for a very long time, so that's a good sign. And alright, operating instructions. Okay. So I already um did some settings in the option menu. X to attack. Alright, let's fight the enemy. So I have tried to do the tutorial before, and so it was a very long one, but then I decided to record this just to share it with you guys as well, because I believe, this is the since the tutorial is very detailed. That's why I wanted to share it with all of you guys. All right. So the enemies doesn't shoot you yet at this stage. So all right. So now we're going to be learning about the fundamental, ultimate, super advanced shmup techniques. All right. Touch the green luminous object. So this is what control is about. Let's become able to move quickly and accurately without needing to pay attention to your aircraft all the time. Alright, so movement, control, those are two words that is my weakness. So, alright, let's do the practice. Okay. So as you get, that was hard because the the longer you're getting the the green objects, it gets smaller, and at the same time the aircraft moves so much faster, so it's really hard to control. Its marrow is good, in other words, it has bones. It means skeletal muscles, which can be called the basic of shmups, are already developed. In the chapter of techniques, part of the logic of shmups I advocate, there are three great shmups ultimate techniques, and one of them is control, which is I'm really bad at. So in shmups, if the attack power of two ships is the same, the one that moves faster is the stronger of the two. Alright. However, if its moving speed is faster, it will be also more difficult to control. A slow aircraft is easy to handle because it can be operated precisely, yes. However, as the difficulty level increases, the speed is insufficient and it becomes a disadvantage. You should learn the knack of operation for a slow aircraft at first, and try a fast aircraft when you get used to it. Shmups is a game where you shoot down the enemy. People tend to think that it's a game to avoid bullets, but it is important to defeat the enemy quickly, even in the tremendous bullet hell shmups. So you don't have to avoid the barrage if you defeat an enemy who throws out the most terrible barrage. So to do so, you must always be aware of the enemy's position and ensure it's a place where they will be hit by your own bullets. Alright. Right. Move to an advantageous position and defeat the enemy. Defeat them fiercely. This is it. This is what shmups are. I made your weapon 5 away. Oh, okay. It seems that there is little need to move and shoot because the fusion bullets can attack wildly and evenly. But if you have good intuition, you're usually already aware. Alright, so when all of the bullets hit the enemy, it kills them faster. So like that one. So like this one, if we're doing this, it takes a longer time to kill. But if we're close and then most of our bullets hit the ship, then it dies so much faster. This is the ultra aggressive attack technique called close combat that is logically derived from the fused projectiles and movement. 2 bullets are better than 1. 5 bullets are better than 2, and the more bullets hit, the stronger the attack. Yes. But if you get too close and make contact with the enemy, you will typically take a hit. It is an attack technique for real warriors who risk their lives. So, like that. If we're too close, then we're going to die. So we just have to be nose to nose with the enemy. Right. Alright. 10. Oh, we're too close. Right. Let's learn about avoiding enemy bullets. Okay, we have, well, I need to pay attention to this one very, very closely. Some people may think that shmups are filled with bullets and are too scary. Yes, in my mind, yes. That's right, bullets are scary. It can be said that shmups producers are fearmongers who love to create fear. But much of that fear can be overcome with knowledge. We are afraid of what we don't know, and we are afraid of because we don't know. That's right, it's time for logic shmups. Knowledge and logic defeat fear. Alright. Let's start with a fixed direction attack. The enemy will attack you, but don't worry about the bullet and focus on the explanation. A fixed direction attack is a bullet that is always fired in a fixed direction. If you have good intuition, you've surely already noticed. If you watch the enemy's position carefully, you can get into blind spots where the attack cannot hit you. At first glance, it looks like a tremendous barrage, but you can easily avoid it by just looking at the point where the enemy's bullet is shot and shifting the axis a little. In the case of this enemy, the blind spot is under the white protrusions on either side of the nose. When avoiding attacks with a fixed direction, it is important to focus on the enemy's picture as well as the bullet. Alright. Kill 10 enemies while avoiding bullets. Alright. Ooh. So it says that we are alright, so we're not like, we are able to hit. Ooh. Alright. To fix bullets are easy to avoid. It is important. It is a very important tactic to determine if the enemy attack is a fixed direction attack. Next, learn about the targeted attacks. Okay, which are the most important element of the enemy's attack in shmups. As the name suggests, it is a bullet that is aimed at your aircraft. This means that if you do not move and avoid them, you will certainly be hit. No blind spots like a fixed direction attack has. Alright. Wow, 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 wow. However, these can be easily avoided. If you have keen intuition, you surely have noticed. Move. Alright, yes. Alright, move a little bit. Alright, that's good. Alright, so this technique is called Chon yoke. Chon means just a little, yoke means avoid, because it does a little moving input. Now let's practice. Avoid the bullet for 30 seconds. Oh, oh, oh. We did a great job. In shmups, when you are pushed to the edge of the screen, the danger level arises rapidly. Targeted attacks are also intended to drive your aircraft to the edge of the screen. The shorter the input time, that is, the shorter the movement distance in one input, the more difficult it is to be cornered. This is a technique that is simple but profound and will require control and accuracy. Alright. If your fingers act foolishly, like my fingers always do, you may think you have moved a little but moved too much and hit another bullet. Yes, and that is my main problem. You may not understand what it means to list control as one of the 3 great shmup's ultimate techniques. There's no need to be afraid of targeted attacks, or at least some people surely think so. However, if multiple enemies shoot continuously, it will be a big problem. Even if you make full use of the Chonyo, you will be cornered at the edge of the screen eventually, and there will be no escape. Here comes a shmup's ultimate death technique. It is a true death beyond the 3 ultimate techniques. Some people may think that there are too many depths and ultimate ultimate techniques, but this is really a great depth. It is effective in all 2D shmups and is the basic and ultimate technique. It is true the ultimate technique that logic derives. The name is Kirikaeshi. Earlier, I introduced a small, slow-moving avoidance method. However, with this avoidance method, you will eventually be cornered at the edge of the screen. Yes, this is how we moved earlier. Right, okay. Moving quickly create gaps in the incessant firing of bullets. When you reach the edge of the screen, move through this large gap towards the opposite end. Think of it as a guiding rather than avoiding enemy bullets. Alright. Right. Too much. It's not passive avoidance, but offensive avoidance. That's right. Kirikaeshi is an attack against the barrage. It is a technique that uses offensive movement techniques to attract foolish enemy bullets and then overtake them at once. When the words I'm not there when you think you shot me down come out of your mouth naturally, you will be able to stand on your own. Let's practice actual fighting. Alright. 30 seconds. What? I thought we were going to practice with just one spaceship, and then we are now avoiding. Alright. This is beyond intermediate already. Formidable potential. This is where the ultimate technique, number 1 control, becomes important. The faster the aircraft moves, the wider the space between the aiming bullets and it becomes easier to avoid them. It means that in order to master the true depths of shmups, it is essential to learn the ultimate technique. In shmups, scoring items may appear when enemies are defeated. It is better to ignore them at first because you may be shot when you go get them. Okay. This was the case up until 20 years ago. In today's shmups, the acquisition of scoring items tends to contribute to the completion of the game. In the past, when the main battleground for shmups was the game arcades, scoring items were an element of score competition. Sometimes it was better to ignore them if the objective was to clear the game. Some works were extended by score. but the majority were limited in the number of times they were extended. Because in an amusement arcade, the faster the rotation of customer is, the happier the owner is, right? Because you know, insert coins. This is one of the reasons people think that shmups are difficult. However, as the place for new releases shifted from arcades to home consoles, there was no longer any point in reducing playing time. This would make the game more interesting if some advantages were added to the acquisition of scoring items. In recent works, there are many of the every extent system in which the numbers of remaining aircraft increases with a certain score. Some of them even allow you to make 50 mistakes before you complete the game. Alright, well, I'm describing my own game again. For these reasons, the acquisition of scoring items is now a factor that cannot be ignored, even for the purpose of game completion. The way in which scoring items appear may also be closely linked to the game system. You should also find out whether the scoring item is a reward for doing something difficult or an ideal move. In the case of rewards for difficulties, you don't have to go overboard. But in the case of rewards for ideal moves, the more you aim for them, the better you will get at that game. It is also important to find out what the score is in the work. Next, let's learn advanced techniques. There's an enemy attack called N-way bullets, fan-shaped bullets. These are attacks that are unleashed in the fan shape, such as 3-way, 5-way, and 7-way. Alright. An extreme example is an attack in which bullets are fired in a circular pattern. There are two types of N-way bullets: bullets aimed at a target and bullets with a fixed direction. Try to stop moving for now. If the attack direction is an even number of N-way bullets, that is a 2-way, 4-way, and 6-way, you won't be hit if you stop. Alright, so if it's an even number, like 2, 4, 6, and 8, so I just need to like not move. When you play shmups, if you are aware of whether this enemy shot is an odd way or even way, you will not need to move around unnecessarily. It's a small thing, but it's important, yes. If you have good intuition, you might think, why do they make attacks that don't need to be avoided? You see, if this odd way and even way bullets are shot alternately, the attack becomes very difficult to avoid. Alright. Alright, yes, it's very difficult. So how do you avoid this one? Alright, wait. I think I got it. Wait. No, I did not. Alright, let's try it again. my god. It can be said to be a gimmick that punning producers are happy to use. Furthermore, mixing aimed and fixed direction bullets or changing speed of bullets makes for a tremendously nasty attack. Whoa. It's a nasty attack, but if you know the mechanism, you can deal with it. But I cannot. For this reason, it is important to observe the enemy carefully. This is an unavoidable task when attacking bosses. By the way, if you have sharp intuition, you may have noticed that in this introductory course, the aiming bullet is blue and the fixed direction bullet is magenta. Defeat the enemy or hit. Ooh. I am really having a hard time. Hey, why is my... I wanted to try it again because I mostly died, so this is a hellish barrage for a very high level of difficulty in the actual battle. The attack is designed for end stage boss battles. It was meant to wake up the slack-headed initiates, but I never expected them to bite back so much. Many vertical scrolling shmups have ground enemies. Bullet shot straight forward through. It is strange. Space is distorted. Okay. In the old shmups, there were cases where the ground attack and the anti-aircraft attack were separated, but now there are many cases where the anti-aircraft attack hits both ground and air enemies. Where's the logic? Some of you may be thinking that, but think of it this way. Interpret it as visibly shooting a bullet forward, but the bullet that hit the ground enemy is actually shooting downward. The question is whether this fighter can change the angle of the machine gun. Ground enemies are often more durable than airborne enemies, and some will continue to attack until they disappear at the bottom of the screen, making it a troublesome enemy. It may act as a barrier to block your bullets. As a result, you will not be able to quickly defeat a group of weak enemies, and you will be tormented by weak enemies. Right, okay, so the ground enemies are going to be like shields. Okay. Conversely, how you destroy the ground enemy is the key to the strategy of that stage. In some shmups, a special technique called sealing can be used against ground enemies. If your aircraft overlaps with a ground enemy, it won't shoot. and you can destroy it safely. Well, there will be a violent ground enemy who will shoot a lot of bullets. Let's take the plunge and move the aircraft over them. When you get close to the enemy, a circle showing the sealed area is displayed. The circle will turn green when your aircraft enters the range that can be sealed. Move in and out of the circle and observe the enemy's behavior. So it cuts off the... It even cuts off the barrage of bullets. I thought it was a matter of the range of the movement of the gun barrel, so directly above is a blind spot. However, the turrets that is now likely to shoot a bullet directly above. Anyway, it's an easy and convenient strategy. However, there are few works that explain in advance whether this super important technique can be used. It is normal that the timing of the enemy's attack and the range of possible sealing are not specified. Also, there are shmups where the ground enemy stops attacking when it comes to the bottom of the screen to some extent. Again, there's no explanation of where the attack stops. Everything is implicit. That's scary. The circle showing the sealed area displayed earlier was my idea for creating this course. There are probably no shmups that have this as a system. Maybe I just don't know about any. Shmups in Akira Goya, including Angel at Dusk, do not employ a system to seal off ground enemies. Instead, it specifies the timing of the attack so that you can decide whether to attack or avoid. In the case of the vertical scroll shmups, it may scroll horizontally according to the position of your aircraft. Please try to move left and right. Ooh. Alright. The enemies that appear here will attack you with even weight bullets aimed at you, so if you stop, you won't get hit. Many of the shmups that scroll horizontally conceal an attack by scrolling to take the enemy off the screen. When a strong enemy appears at the edge of the screen, make use of the seal outside the screen. In the actual game, it is dangerous to stay on one side for a long time, just because you can seal the enemy. If the range of movement is narrow, you can't use Kurikeshi and you will be shot down eventually. Off-screen sealing is only temporary. You have to figure out where to use it. You may be wondering, why does this game have a narrow screen and scroll horizontally? The monitor is wide on the screen, so why not make the play screen wide as well? The edges of the screen are waste. This is related to the play feeling of the vertical scroll shmups. If the width of the play screen is too wide, you will not be able to defeat enemies at both ends of the screen. While you're fighting with the enemy on one side, the enemy on the other side is dropping bullets endlessly. This is frustrating. There are several solutions to this problem when making a shmup. Don't let enemies in the distance attack you. Make the speed of the player's aircraft very fast and make it possible to change the attack direction of the player's aircraft at will. But with these methods, the impression of playing will change a lot. It can be said that it is a different genre from the traditional vertical scrolling shmups. That's why if you want to make it a classic vertical scrolling shmup, you introduce a horizontal scroll while narrowing the play screen. Conversely, the widescreen vertical shmups can be said to be a dream-inspiring genre that can be newly developed. Okay. Even though it is a genre with a history of more than 30 years. Wow, 30 years, yes. 2D shmups are really amazing in that there's still so much potential. In addition to fixed directions, let me just grabbing some water. In addition to fixed direction and aimed attacks, there are also guided and random attacks. A random attack is an n-way attack with an added irregularity in the attack direction. If there are many random attacks, the pattern cannot be formed and it becomes extremely difficult. Alright, let's try that again. There's an opening, it's just that one more. It can be said that the attack is more a test of physical ability than intelligence. Alright, let's try that again. Alright, I'm really having a hard time. Dynamic vision and operational accuracy are required. This is so hard. I can't seem to avoid it. I mean, I can see it, but it's just that... There you go. Alright, so where... I should have stayed there. In addition to the variation of the angle, there may be variation of the speed. Whoa. One more time. Let's see that again. Alright, let's dodge one more. Just... Alright. Oh, It's not going to make it. When mixed with other attacks, it becomes a very it becomes very, very difficult. I was like, what the? Alright, let's try this. See, I'm so bad at avoiding the bullets. This is what happens when a random element is removed from the previous attack. God, this is so hard. Well, this is also difficult when it comes suddenly. Ooh. Alright. Oh my god. But actually, it is all aimed at your aircraft, so you can easily. I'm trying that. I'm trying to move sideways little by little. Okay, there we go. The importance of observing and learning from the enemy's attack appears precisely in these cases. The presence or absence of random attacks is a factor. Oh my god! I'm getting frustrated. Normally, the creator creates the barrage while thinking about the answer to the evasion. But random bullets do not have an answer. This means that even if the creators themselves play the game, they can enjoy tense battles. On the other hand, the success or failure of clearing the game depends largely on physical ability. Even if the producer thinks it is easy, it may be impossible for some people like me, no matter how hard they try. The creator's ideas ooze out in places like this. It is one of the ways to find out the creator's tastes and habits. By the way, random attacks are hardly used in Akira Goya's works. Not only in shmups, but I prefer games with answers because I want the feeling of solving a puzzle to be present in the game. With a system that is extremely difficult to understand and has evil barrages that cannot be avoided at first sight, my work is called an extremely difficult work and is feared. But on the flip side, anyone can complete the game consistently once they have found the answer. At first glance, shmups all look the same, but this is a genre where the individuality of each producer comes out in these details. It's interesting. Alright. At first glance, shmups all look the same, but this is a genre where individuality of each producer comes out in these details. Now, for the graduation exam, it is also called Jigoku Hell. Alright, an overwhelmingly authentic shmup barrage of shmup strikes. Alright, so if it's not hell earlier, then which is already hell for me, then this is going to be the ultimate hell. I have seen countless aspiring game warriors drop out here. Yeah. Please do your best not to humiliate me who taught you. Well, maybe it will be impossible to avoid. Alright. There's a... Whoa. Oh no, I should have gone the other way. Oh wow, that's a huge ass ship. Alright, here we go. Oh no, I'm trapped. Oh no, this is it. Oh no. Mhm. Oh yeah, the blue bullet, okay. How do you... Yeah, oh shoot. Yeah. I got I got so surprised. That was only a good one. Alright. In the word open, um now just as a flower petal opens, hidden abilities revealed. And one more word to add, chosen. You are chosen one. You are the chosen one for shmups. I didn't expect a beginner to move so far, completely beyond my expectations. You may be the one who transcends shmup logic. Well, thank you. Your unyielding faith, you are truly what we call a game warrior. Times are changing. I feel the breath of the new shmup current. You, the one game warrior, will trigger the shmup's warring states period. But be careful. There must be shmups warlords lurking in the world who can match you. Please play various shmups and improve your skills for the day of battle That will come someday. We completed it. It wasn't so bad when we did like the graduation thing. It wasn't so bad, but the, maybe the examples of the fixed the fixed bullets, and then the N-way. So it was, oh, there's, and then the random attack. Those were like extreme examples. So it was really fun. We can now try to do a run. I'm so nervous. So there is, wait, let's go back. Beginner's practice. Oh, this is still the tutorial. All right, so let's see here. Oh, there's an online leaderboard. Let me just check it. What happened? I think I broke it. Ah. All right. So let's start. Arcade. Let's do the story. Very hard. I Okay, let's see. Press X to activate your basic method of attack. Hold down X, then release to shoot a charged attack. What are those? What was it? Ah! Mommy! Wow. Taking damage will lower your experience point modifier. Your experience point modifier. Here what's this? Wait. Ah, right, okay. Alright, here we go. Wow. Right. Around the year mankind successfully created a world something. Alright. Colliding with enemies will not be counted as a mistake, I think. Alright. Ah. What is that? The same charge patterns alright. Avoid any curtain fire you can and attack enemies. Heavy attacks. Ah, alright. So I'll just use the heavy attack for the bullets. Yeah! I have like a shield. Oh no. Mm-hmm. Alright. Whew. This is pretty intense. Colliding with the walls will not be counted as a mistake. Okay. So I can like collide with the walls. Stamina will also slowly recover on its own over time. Oh. Uh-oh. What? Oh, there were enemies behind me. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh god. Oh. Right. Learn to discern dangerous attacks from weak ones and use your charged attack to thwart dangerous ones. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Ugh. Oh no. I always forgot. I always forgot that. Oh, oh, oh. Right. And that was really that was really amazing. I wasn't expecting that it would be so damn crazy about the bullets. And there's a lot of different type of bullets in this one. Ah. Right. Wow. So I got a complete life now. Earlier it was just 4. Oh, oh, oh. Alright, alright. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh, alright, alright. Ah! I'm gonna die in this stage, I believe. I'm getting... Hooray! The last remaining sin on Earth was intelligence. And can envelope perfect world. Right. Okay, you can't use the basic attack when you're charging. Right, okay, so that's what I'm doing. I'm relying on the charging. Ah, certain enemies also have charged attacks with visible charge up time. Observe your enemies carefully and use your charge projectile. Oh my god. Oh my god, there's a lot of enemies. Oh no. Oh. We are being forced. Oh, here comes the bullets. Let's go. we beat that we beat that scorpion thing. Wow. Okay, this is so creepy. It's so creepy. Yeah. Ah. Ah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm having a problem. I'm dead. Alright. That was a good run, I think. Right. A through the main story. Alright. So, alright. So for now, that's it for today's playthrough. So we did complete, I think it took us an hour, I think, for the full tutorial. That was a really long tutorial. And what I love about that is there's also like practice modes where we are being told of what a shmup is, and then the ultimate techniques, and then it's nice that we have the chance to like apply it and do a practice time on that one. So this is a very good I really admire the effort in creating a very detailed tutorial like this one for newbies like me, right? And so I also get to practice as well, so that's really cool. So I really love playing Angel at Dusk. And so the enemies look really weird and sometimes it's scary, but yeah, it's a hard game. But with practice, always practice, so we are going to get better. And I'm still working on my analog stick control until now. that's my main that's my main weakness. So thank you again, guys, for spending the time with me today. Thank you for supporting the channel, and I'll see you again on the next video. I'm not sure if we're going to play Angel at Dusk, or if we're going to go back to our Interstellar Sentinel 1cc on normal mode. So we'll see what our mood dictates us. So thank you again, and see you on the next vid. Bye.